What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are back with MotoGP 18. Today we're going to have our first race in Moto3. We got recently promoted in the last episode. Before we start off, huge apologies about the lack of videos the last few days. I have been constructing a new desk in my setup. I've spent like the last 2 or 3 days just kind of distracted with that. I still need to deconstruct this desk and move it to another side of the wall in the room, but you guys don't need to worry about that. But anyway, yeah, MotoGP. We had a good finish to the season in our rookie season, so hopefully we can continue to build upon that. We have many things to do in this series now. Like just the level of involvement has now stepped up. There's bike development. We have team objectives now. So the pressure is on, well and truly. Well, let's have a look at the bike development. So, different facets: engine, brake, suspension, frame, which I'm guessing is the chassis, and the aero. So we have points. We have development points. Just like in F1, we have 0 development points at this stage. I'm guessing we earn those based on performances. But I'm kind of learning as you guys are as well. So let's get stuck into it. So our old mate Dave managed to swing him a job in Moto3. We're both moving up in the world. He actually has a wage now, so, I mean, we should be improving tenfold. So, here we are for the Grand Prix of Qatar. It's quite an interesting circuit. I kind of like the whole night race spectacle, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully, in terms of setup, we can customize a whole lot more tyre compounds. So, just like in MotoGP, you have different compounds you can select now, and I think the rear tyres, more often than not, go off faster. So, when we get to the race, we're going to be switching to like mediums just to look after the tyres a bit better to get us through the duration of the race. But in qualifying, I think we can get away with softs on both compounds. So, that should be fine. If it's not, let me know. But we're only going to be doing like 1-2 flying laps, and that should be just about it. We're going to go out on the stock setup. If there's anything I should change on the setup, please guys feel free to let me know. I haven't delved into setups at all, but I feel like that might be the next step this season. So if you've got any tips on that sort of thing, feel free to help me out. But let's go to qualifying for our first Moto3 session. Oh my god, that is just slightly dangerous on a qualifying lap. First lap in the books. This is going to be a pretty long old race if the lap times keep up like this. Across the line, 2 minute 9.8. We lost position to this Bastianini guy, so it wasn't a great lap, but in saying that, it was only our very first lap of the circuit. Come on, stick it. Okay, we managed to nail the exit. Been a pretty good lap. We managed to keep up with Bastianini in front of us. Across the line, hopefully we are somewhat close to that pole position time set by Martin. 208, 208.8. 9 tenths away. Let's return to the garage and see where that puts us once everyone else sets their times.
For the moment, it looks like there won't be need for further confirmation. Now he will probably analyse the last few laps with his track engineer and decide what to do.
I don't know whether to call him Jorge or George. I feel like either way I might upset some people, but hopefully it's Jorge. I'm gonna say Jorge because of old mate Lorenzo in the Top Flight series. But we're in P9 at the moment. Let's scroll down. Hopefully, yes, okay. So there are a lot of other people who have set times and are actually slower than us, so that is encouraging. We continue to fall down the list though. I'm already down to P10. Still early days in the session. Still, what, 31 minutes left to go. Let's get back out there. And hopefully we can find, I don't know, half a second. I feel like that's more than manageable. If we find half a second, that'll put us third. Wow, okay. I think what I need is to follow another rider, like I did with Bastianini. So he was showing me all the lines, and I was also getting a bit of a slipstream. This time around, we won't have that. Okay, well, that's an improvement. Less than a tenth down on pole position. Second sector is also good. Haven't lost much time at all. Again, Quite a nice run out of the final corner. Let's see what kind of improvement we can find. We were 9/10 down on pole position through the middle sector. Can we make it up in the third? Across the line, 2:08.9. Is that the exact same time we did before? I think it's very similar. Back into the pits. I felt like that was a pretty good lap. There was maybe like one corner where I didn't quite nail it. But otherwise it was a solid lap. So we did a 2:08.9 last lap. The first run we did at 8.8. And we're still P10. At least I believe we are. I think I'm going to have to accept P10.
That brings an end to the qualifying session for deciding pole. The results that you are looking at now don't just show us the grid position, they also give us an idea of what the riders will be capable of in tomorrow's race.
So Jorge Martin gets pole position, one of only 2 riders to get into the 7, so pretty impressive times there. I feel like we could maybe get close, but we'd really need to invest the time into getting up there, which is probably something we don't have on a rolling series where we need to keep moving. We've got a lot of stuff to do. So we dropped to P11. I mean, it's not too bad. How many riders are there in the field? There's 29. 29 riders. Oh my goodness, that is a ginormous field. One of which you do not want to be starting at the back of. So I'm thankful that we are in a fairly competitive position so early on. I feel like, as always in this series, I think we'll be a little bit more competitive in the race. Get some overtakes done, get some slipstream, learn the track a bit more, and I think we could be a real threat.
Here we are live from the Moto3 class starting grid, where riders and engineers are talking over the last few details before the race.
And we should do just that. So let's have a look at the bike settings. You can do auto settings. I'm going to go manual. Set the rear tyres to mediums. It is only a 25% race, and I don't know if tyre wear is scaled. So we're just going to test out the mediums up for the rears and see if that's okay. Let's actually just have a quick... Oh no, never mind. I thought if you do auto setting, it'll set up everything for you right across the board, but no, that's just talking to your engineer if you want to change one particular part of the setup, but that's fine. We're going to leave it as is. Starting P11 should be pretty interesting. We've got a lot of cars, a lot of bikes in front and behind us, so there should be absolutely no shortage of action. Let's do this.
The Qatar Motorcycle Grand Prix will start shortly here in Doha, and the riders are ready to compete on an amazing illuminated racetrack.
Here we go. This is it. The start of our Moto3 career. Away we go. Sluggish start. I really haven't nailed that. Don't know if that's anything to do with traction control. I haven't changed the traction settings. It should be on low traction. Through turn 1, that is, oh my goodness, very congested. Surprised to not be off the bike, to be honest. But we've maintained our quality position. And this is the leading pack. Nice exit. That was really nice. Slow speed exits and slow speed corners in general have not been my thing so far in this career. It looks like we're really starting to get the hang of it now. P9. Oh dear. Every corner is a roller coaster. That was clean. At least the initial part was. There was a bit of contact on the exit. Now it's a drag race between myself and Gabriel here. Looks like he's a little faster. That's annoying. Just getting back under brakes. Very, very confident into turn 1. Old mate there on the inside was getting caught up on the grass. It was not a great run for him, but P8 at the end of the first lap. Hopefully we can keep this up. Maybe get a podium. Oh my god. If this works, which it kind of has. Nice exit. We've shoved off that guy. Now Marco, give me your position. Again, that's that twitchiness that I really need to dial out of my riding style. Oh my god, I love these medium and high-speed corners. I am going to absolutely love the Australian Grand Prix when we go to Phillip Island. That place is just filled with them. This lap is going to absolutely smash my personal best. Oh yeah, faster than qualifying, as you do in the race. Bit of fuel on board. Very late under brakes. I nearly wiped out that first guy we were lunging, and now we've blocked off old mate on the exit. P4. And now, oh man, this is such a good race. We're playing into this race so nicely. We're literally just like hooking onto the back of these guys like a train of a slipstream, and just slingshotting past them. Once we nail it. There we go. That's another one. Oh my goodness. Multiple times there where I could have just fallen off the bike. Bastianini's got back in front of us. Unfortunately, I made a mistake in that middle sector, which I seem to be a little bit weak. I was losing 9/10 in that middle part of the lap in qualifying, so probably no surprise that sometimes we're just falling off the pace a little bit. It is those slower speed corners where we do lose the time. So again, there's just something in my style that isn't gelling well with this game. But back into P3, it's the last lap of the Grand Prix now. The gap to the front two is pretty substantial. And I don't know if the slipstream is going to work from back here, but I'm going to give my all to catch up regardless. Oh my goodness, that is the corner right there where we just lose so much. Ah, so annoying. But anyway, we're coming up to the final few sections of the Grand Prix. And I really want this podium. I really want to impress in my first race. That would really be a great reward for the team for bringing me into this sport after what has been a pretty up and down rookie season. I want to show them that we do have a bit of promise, a bit of consistency. So let's hopefully back this up as well in the next race that we're going to do in this episode. But through the final couple of corners, actually the final corner, my bad. Let's get a nice exit. I think that Bastianini is right behind me. We're going to give him some slipstream. Actually, let's move off to the side, see if he follows. Canet has won the Grand Prix. Across the line, first podium in our first race in Moto 3. Come on!
Third place is good for the team's morale. 16 points more in the ranking, and the knowledge that the rider bike unit is extremely competitive.
Oh my goodness. Wow, jeez, what a race. I really enjoyed that. P11, we were in the pack well and truly in the midfield. Made so many overtakes. We were just learning the circuit and getting better and better. Using slipstream to just leapfrog so many other riders, and through some of the high-speed corners, we just had so much confidence to pull off some really brave moves, and we managed to make it stick in the end there. Pretty good fastest lap, 2 minute 8.3. It's only a few tenths away from the best fastest lap from Aaron Canet, and I'm pretty sure that was what the pole time was as well, was a 2 minute 7.9. So really good pace in the race. Yeah, who knows, if we qualified better, then anything's possible, but really happy with that result. If you guys enjoyed it, smash the like button. We're not done yet. We're off to the next race in the Moto 3 calendar. Good stuff. Good stuff. Third place in the standings. You can see in terms of the team approval, we're actually not that far away from the dismissal danger zone, if it were. So we really can't afford to have any bad races, really. Otherwise, I think we're going to be pretty much screwed. But let's have a look. We've earned 3.4k in terms of resource points for bike development. So let's have a look. I think maybe we could do some work to the engine. If you guys remember, we were alongside one of the guys on the straight, and he actually was pulling away from us, despite both of us having slipstream. So maybe that is an area of focus, possibly. So level 1 of development costs 3.9k. Don't have enough for that, unfortunately. Let's have a look at just a basic level 1 stuff we could do. Again, 3.9k. Is that going to be the same across the board? It does look that way, doesn't it? So, okay. Penetration. Okay. Let's gloss over that. Let's keep this advertiser friendly. But yeah, we can do lots of stuff. I think maybe engine and possibly like anything that can give me some kind of low speed like turn in or mid corner grip. I feel like that'll be beneficial to the way that I ride, because that is my biggest weakness, is those really slow, prolonged corners. That's where I'm really lacking. Emails, nothing is going on there. Let's have a look at the calendar, see where we're off to next, which is Argentina.
Hello and welcome to the Terrace Rio Hondo circuit. We're joining you live from Argentina.
I have to say, if you guys decide to pick up this game for yourself, be prepared for some really lengthy loading times when you load into the circuit. I actually take it as a good opportunity to go on my phone for like a minute or two. It literally takes that long, so for me a bit of a break. But anyway, here we are for the Grand Prix of Argentina. Again, I can't check your comments, so I can't look at anything setup wise. I can't remember if I set the mediums for the race in Qatar. I think I did. I think I did. It's fine. But anyway, manual edit. Let's go to tyre compound. Again, we're going to be on the softs for qualifying. It's such an up and down thing going from track to track, whether you're going to be on the pace or not. The AI is so inconsistent. Sometimes you could be dominating like we were in Austria last season, or you could be like miles off the pace, like in Mugello, for example. So hopefully we have another Austria. This is my first lap. This is my very first lap, and I seem to be hitting all the braking markers and turning in at the right point so far, which is actually quite amazing, considering I have never seen this track, let alone raced it before. But I actually quite like this. I love this series, MotoGP. Like going to a new track, seeing what it's like, feeling it out. Like I've been used to racing on the same circuits for years on the F1 games, and while it is nice to know the ins and outs of a circuit, sometimes it's nice to just freshen things up and go somewhere you have never been before and just throwing yourself in the deep end. But yeah, interesting circuit, bit of undulation here and there, some interesting corners. That final corner leading onto the straight is quite interesting, very unique. But I don't know, I get like kind of Hockenheim vibes, a little bit of Hungary sometimes. I don't know how you get hungry, but it's kind of there. That is a very thin entrance into the pit lane. You wouldn't even fit a car down that junction. Holy crap, that's thin. Oh, there's another one there. But anyway, here's this final corner. It looks so sharp. If you guys are from Australia, it reminds me of like Townsville, the final corner there. Just that short little punch onto the start-finish straight. We go fastest. Probably the only person to set a time though, no less. So let's see how that stands up as everyone does their laps. Nice English. I like this corner. It's like the camber on both the entry and the exit. This means you can kind of throw it in. Pole position is 1 minute 50. Our banker lap was a 1:57. So that's, you know, good pace from me there. Across the line. 52. Okay, well we shaved 5 seconds off after 1 lap. And now we're dead. Okay, that's probably a good time to throw it back into the pits now. Literally, pick up your bike, walk back to the pit lane, and then throw it into the garage because that bike is done.
Turn to the pit, but we can't tell whether he is satisfied with what he has done so far.
27th place. It's not that good, is it? How much time do we need to find? 2.4 seconds. Cool. Oh bloody hell. She looks a bit dirty there. Can we get a fresh coat of paint on that, please, Dave?
The mechanics are taking the bike out of the pit, and the rider is getting ready to get on. Let's see if some interesting information comes from the configuration.
Oh, why are we getting on the dirty bike? We should be getting on... Isn't there a spare bike? I'm sure there's a spare bike. Maybe one just set up for the wet, but still there normally is 2 bikes. I'm a bit worried now that I've crashed it, whether I have damage, and that's just going to mean I'm not going to be anywhere near the pace. Because at the moment we already have pace issues as it is, so this will be interesting. 7/10s off first sector. Oh my goodness. I've actually made up time. I was down by 7/10 first sector, down by 8/10 second, and in that sector split, we actually gained back a couple. Final couple of corners. Oh my goodness, if we can nail this, then this will put us right in the pack. Across the line, 1 minute 51 flat puts us P12. A lot of people crashing as well, which is quite interesting. A lot of people really pushing the limits. Another crash. What are you doing, lads? What is going on around here? Is there someone on the start-finish straight or somewhere on the circuit just taking out other people? I don't understand how so many people are going down. Oh, and another crash. Oh, and there's me crashing as well. Okay, so I just went through the auto setting with the engineer, seeing if I could get better turn-in with the bike, better responsiveness. So I think we've raised the suspension, raised the, I don't know, the center of gravity. That might work. We'll see, but we did have an off at the end of that last run. So I don't know, again, what that's going to do to the bike and whether it actually gets repaired. But we're currently sitting P12, not too far away from the best time. So, I mean, 8/9 isn't that much in the grand scheme of things, but yeah, if we find for 3/10, again, we are in that zone of being near the top 3, so tantalizingly close. And with 11 minutes to go, yeah, we'll do one more run, and we'll see how we go. Still massively shocked at like how many crashes there's been in this session. No, why did you pit? I needed someone to follow. 6/10 in the first sector. It's that personal best so far. That's what I want to see. Only 5/10 down. If we can maybe make up more time in this final sector of the Grand Prix, that'd be really, really appreciated through the final couple of corners. I feel like it's been a pretty sweet hookup through the final sector, and it is! Only 3/10 away. That's third place for the Argentinian Grand Prix. You prick!
That brings an end to this qualifying session. And after a thrilling contest where the riders gave their all right up until the end, we can finally find out the name of the rider who will start from pole position tomorrow.
I don't know what that guy was doing. I was slowing down. I mean, I probably shouldn't have been on the racing line, but still, you don't aimlessly ride right into the path of someone. That is how very calamitous injuries happen. But regardless, third place, 3/10 away from pole. I will absolutely take that. Given what happened in the last race, how we had to make up so much ground in order to get to the front, we're there already. If we just follow them through, we win the race. If we just have a little bit of pace and whatever, just nail the race and that'll be it. So, yeah, huge prospect now for this Argentinian Grand Prix. I'm really, really excited. Hopefully, yeah, let's hopefully go for the win. If not, podium is still pretty good.
Everything here is ready to start the race at Terrace de Rio Hondo. Riders just have one thing on their mind now, being the first to cross the finish line.
Yep, shame for most of y'all, but I'm going to take that dream away from you. Here we go. Second race of the season. Let's do this. Let's tuck in straight away. I might not have done that in the last race. But still not a great start. It could be due to the fact we're running the mediums on the rear tyre. Not as great traction as maybe some others on the softs. If so, we can play ourselves into the race quite nicely with some tyre wear. But let's see if we can retake P3. Fabio. Cheers for my... Oh, wait, no, that's P5. What? I dropped to P5. I can't even count. But anyway, it's been an okay start. I'll certainly take it. If qualifying is anything to go by, there's going to be a lot of crashes, and I think maybe just keeping it clean and consistent will probably be the way to go. But in saying that, I still want to back myself and go for the win. fantastic run through there. That could be, I think that corner right there could well be my favorite corner on the entire game. Oh my goodness. Do we have a contender for favorite corner number 2? Jeez, that was awesome. End of the first lap. We seem to be really strong in Sector 3. But, who's up next? Lorenzo, up the inside. P2. Jorge. Oh, we're not done with Lorenzo. Yeah, it is Lorenzo. So we've got Jorge in first, Lorenzo in second. And we've got old mate Bogan Benjamin Daly in P2. Bloody Australians. You are not taking a good line through there, Sonny Jim. You are leaving a lot on the table. Is that better than my quality time? I think it is. A 50.0. Is that pole? I think it might be. I think old mate Jorge up here said a 50.1. I could be wrong though, but in any case, the pace looks pretty strong. Really close to Jorge now. We're coming up to the golden sector of the Grand Prix. This is what I like. Can we move this around the outside? Possibly. No, we'll do the switchback and see if we can get him through the final corner. Probably didn't need to take quite a late line. That's a 49.8 on the last lap. What a bloody hell. We are absolutely flying. First half lap of the first half of the lap, as I get my words out, isn't that spectacular, but man, we really come alive in sectors 2 and 3. Oh, I smell a victory. Could this be it? Trying to set up the move. This is the corner once again, where we gain so much. Slide under him. Not slide into him. Oh my goodness. I tell you what, there is no shortage on effort. You cannot question my desire to win this Grand Prix. I'm pushing like absolute mad. But Jorge is holding strong. He's riding really well defensively to hold on to this. Oh my goodness. The bike is just sliding around all over the place, but this is it. This is the last throw of the dice for this Argentinian Grand Prix. Final couple of corners. Oh my god, we're gonna do it! Across the line, we just won the race! We just absolutely sniped him there. Really nice exit off the penultimate corner. And then we just put the nose in through the final one, and that was it. What a finish to that race, by the way. Holy crap. Ugh. I don't know what to say. That was fantastic. What a race. If that doesn't deserve a like, then I don't know what will. That is by far the best finish I've had in a MotoGP game ever. And I've played 3 or 4 of them now. But man, what a race. Just an incredible episode in general. The first race we just came through the field, got a podium, and today started at the front and we finished there. 49.8. The pace seemingly has been there all weekend. And we beat the standout guy in Moto 3. Jorge Martin, he has been the benchmark so far in this episode, so far in the first 2 races, and we just managed to edge him out there. Let's have a look at the championship standings now. We've moved to the top. 2-way lead between myself and Aaron Canet. Jorge Martin drops to 3rd, and that is really, really tight at the top. 1 point separating the top 3. Unbelievable. What a start to our Moto 3 career. Just trying to calm down now. That was really, really awesome. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to keep up with all my racing content. And make sure you keep supporting these videos as well. Ultimately, that's probably what's going to decide how long this series goes on for. But it's been an incredible ride so far. In terms of bike development, we now have 7,000 resource points. So we probably do a couple upgrades there. But I'm probably going to leave it until the next episode. I want to hear what your guys' feedback are on where we should possibly upgrade the bike. I'm thinking engine needs a little bit of work, but I would also like to have a little bit more cornering ability. I think cornering ability is probably the thing we need more, but being able to have a good bike in a straight line would probably also really help us in overtaking as well. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. We're first in the riders standing, sorry, for Moto 3, and we're 2 rounds in. I believe this is a pretty long calendar, as my voice is gone. By the way, that ending of the race just really took it out for me, and I've been recording for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. So yeah, pretty crazy effort we put in so far. So we have a 19-round championship. This is going to be a long old season, a long old career mode of that as well. So we're off to Qatar next, a circuit that we know that's changing in direction through the first sector S's. I think it's going to be pretty testing on my ability, so I'm quite looking forward to the challenge of that. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, I'll see you guys next time.